This week on Your City Now, the city's latest COVID response update is here, and 3 pioneering black female police officers are honored. Those stories are just ahead on Your City Now. Mayor Hancock and Public Health Executive Director Bob McDonald provided an update on Denver's recovery effort and discussed the city's focus on finding a balance between rescue and recovery amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
But we are battling 2 pandemics here, the virus and the impacts that we can see from harsh public health measures, right? We know that the more we keep things locked up, the more we put stress on the economy, the more people lose their jobs, and then we have more public health problems. So it's a delicate balance.
A city goal is to reach level blue. The state requires 7 consecutive days in which counties register fewer than 100 cases per 100,000 people, and Denver was short by 1 day. Because the case count exceeded 100 on the 7th day, the countdown clock was reset and the city started over again.
So we're very close as a community. I think it says something about the people of the city, how close we are. It's incredibly important we get there, and we are going to get there ultimately, and I think very soon.
Over the past several weeks, Mayor Hancock has hosted a series of town hall events to discuss distrust of the vaccines and the healthcare system within communities of color.
In Denver, we are approaching vaccine distribution much like we did COVID testing, with an equity lens and a focus on making it easily accessible to the people and neighborhoods often overlooked. But our efforts will not be impactful if we have not earned the trust of our residents, who in many cases have very legitimate reasons for their distrust of this vaccine and the healthcare system in general.
Focusing on the Black, Asian, and Latinx communities, these panels feature leaders and medical experts representing those communities to help dispel myths and provide facts about the vaccine.
You know, this vaccine is safe and effective.
The technology for the vaccines has been being developed for decades.
These vaccines were tested by usual clinical trials.
It is impossible to get COVID from the vaccine.
So I have all the faith in the world. It's a safe vaccine, and we should be able to take advantage of it as soon as you're able to get it.
Pending City Council approval in March, Denver will acquire 450 new acres of donated mountain park land located just an hour from downtown. The Axton Ranch property contains mixed conifer and aspen stands, meadows, ponds, and a historic trail providing access to nearby Mount Thoradin and Star Peak. The last expansion to the Denver Mountain Park system was over 80 years ago, and this new addition times well with Parks and Recreation's new master plan that's in development.
We are working on an outdoor recreation master plan that is really focused on increasing that access for Denver residents, and particularly for youth in underserved communities where they haven't had access in the past to our mountain parks, and we aim to change that.
The Denver Police Department has historically had black police officers serving since the 1870s. Those first officers were male, as were the traditional ranks of policing for decades up until the mid-20th century. Then, in Denver, it changed.
In 1972, Carol C. Hogue was a primary plaintiff, joined by 2 other courageous women who filed a lawsuit against the City and County of Denver, Denver Civil Service Commission, and Denver Police Department for discriminatory hiring practices. The city agreed to implement changes, and that settlement is known still today as the Hogue Decree.
On Monday, City Council honored those 3 women with a special proclamation. Carol C. Hogue, the namesake of the Hogue Decree, was hired in 1972. Ray Beth McCall was hired in 1973, and Laura M. Tinnen was hired in 1974.
It is a joy and a privilege to see women in the roles that have primarily been males. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it.
We were pioneers, and it was not easy in the least, not at all. So to have this honor today says so very much.
You can catch new episodes of Your City Now every Friday. Thanks for watching, Denver.